Hello, hello, hello. It is the Bet Online Salute to Troy podcast here on a Tuesday, hanging out. It's the OG squad. It's the
Hey,
queen of LAFB, the world class athlete, 7-time All American, on the road to winning a Michigan state
state
championship.
championship, three-peat.
Three-peat. The only thing I don't like is you guys are Adidas. You got to go with the swoosh. Who do you guys need to talk about? Who do you need to
I
talk
know.
to get the
I
the
will tell you
swoosh?
that Adidas dropped some major swag on them. Came in, gave them like a whole locker room of cleats, swag, individual. Yeah, it's the contract.
Anyway, it is the queen of
Anybody that wants
LAFB.
to buy us out of it.
It's the queen of LAFB. It is Candace Davis Price, aka around Trojan Land, known as C Ray. What's
This is
going
true.
on? How are you doing this wonderful evening?
Well, I looked on the screen. I was like, let me tighten up my hair. I don't want to look like I've been up since 5 a.m. East Coast time, but I have. So, yeah, I'm doing well. We are on the playoff run. Saturday, we took on the number 6 team in the state. They have a 5-star recruit that is going to Notre Dame, CJ Carr, grandson of the Lloyd Carr, University of Michigan. We took them down 65-14. And I shouldn't say we. Bryce Underwood, Jeremiah Beasley, the defense held it tight. It was a spectacular game for one side, at least.
There you go. So, rolling into it, Ducks go to Autzen. The Ducks come back from Autzen. The Trojans go to Autzen to play the Ducks. The Trojans come back with another loss. I will say this, and you're gonna hate me for it. I think those kids played their ass off, though. I think those kids fought. Like they're and we're gonna talk about this later in the week because we play UCLA this week, and they're kind of going through the same thing. UCLA is kind of going through the same thing that SC's going through, but the difference is that the Trojans, like the players, are trying to prove that they're good. You know what I mean? Like they legit have a chip on their shoulder compared to, we'll talk about this later, like UCLA looks like they just threw it in. Like we're over chip, we're over all this. Like, let's call it good. We'll see you next year. You know what I mean? The defense didn't change. So, and we knew that they're not going to change their scheme, right? They weren't unable to change their scheme. So they didn't change their scheme. The defense didn't change. But the effort, I appreciate the effort that those kids gave. And I respect them 100% with the effort that they gave. So, we can only go up from here, right? we're on prime mode. We can only go up from here. If we win 3 games next year, 3 more games next year, we're a pretty good team, right? So,
I think we all talked about the expectations going into this game. There's so many non-football factors affecting the team that I'm fair as an athlete. I'm cutting them a break. I'm glad we're on the tail end. I do appreciate the effort. I never had a problem with the athletes. Never. It's been about the leadership and my expectations for the leadership. So absolutely. This day and age in this era, and it will change next year. You lose one game, you're like, oh, you're not going to the playoffs. You lose another game, oh, you're pretty much like a team that was never even ranked. Where next year, there's no undefeated team. And next week, you got 1 and 2 playing each other. Somebody's got to lose, right?
Next week, 1 and 2. No, Georgia.
Oh well, I guess.
That's
now I'm talking about. I guess they're 1 and 3 now. Ohio State and Michigan.
Michigan's number 1 tonight. As of tonight,
I think Ohio State is number 1.
Let's look at it.
Yeah, pull it up.
I don't even follow it anymore because
we're not.
Oh, it doesn't come out until tomorrow. It doesn't come out until tomorrow. But I think the AP. Let's see. Georgia's number 1 because they've been number 1 for 22 straight weeks.
I thought they fell behind. Well, in 2 different polls.
Probably, but I stopped following it after I forgot what game, but I stopped following. Yeah, Georgia's number 1 in the coaches poll. Michigan's number 2. Ohio State's number 3.
Okay.
This is AP and coaches poll. It's
So
gonna go crazy. It's gonna get crazy. Let me ask you this before is Michigan and Ohio State, they play next week, right? Or they play in 3 weeks. They're playing 3 weeks because USC has a bye. Is it at the Big House or is it at Columbus?
It is at the Big House. So the last time they played was at Ohio State, and then the year before, which was here in Ohio State, Michigan hadn't won in like 13 years. And I got a lot of flack from my Trojans because I stormed the field. But I'm like, this was where I grew up. It's different. It just hit different. But I will not be attending the game. I'm about 4 miles from the stadium. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm really feeling some type of way about them right now. That's a whole nother podcast, I'm sure.
What are you feeling about them?
I'm feeling like, are you really the number 2-3 team in the country?
Yes.
There's a lot of
Yes.
You just played Penn State. You had like 7 warm-up games. It's not finna be that next year. Next year, you got Texas number 2, go blue. And you got USC coming to the Big House.
But, I mean, we can't look at as SC people, we could look on it next year. You know what I mean? Yeah. As SC, we could look on it next year as SC people. But Michigan can't look ahead. All they have to worry about is Minnesota. Like they're in a position where they have to take it week by week. They didn't control the Big Ten scheduled their games, right? If that's the case, then Georgia's the same way. Georgia played all sorry teams. Their schedule was easier than Michigan's. You know what I mean? So you can't really look ahead.
We were at the game on the sideline. And I got to correct that score. I think last week was 65-14. This week was like 49-7. I don't know. The winds kind of blur. We're out there with execution. But, the Penn State, I feel like gave them a little solidification. And then all the drama surrounding it. Anytime there's a scandal, everyone's excited about it. Free Harbaugh and Michigan versus everybody. Like, y'all are 3.7 students. Y'all are not about that life. Let's just be 100. Okay?
Y'all the players might be, though. The players might be. The players might be.
You saying that coming off your charter private plane with the free shirt.
That's all right. We was on charter private planes. The players might be about that life, though.
Like you just jumped off the Spirit big seat and was like, yeah, #, free my guy. Nah.
They should. Wait. So do you think? Let's just go down this avenue. We could talk about. I don't care. The SC season's over. Oregon beat SC. Like we could just talk about it. Let's talk. Let's talk. Do you think that the NCAA handled this the right way? Wait. Let me ask you this question.
You mean the Big Ten?
Let me ask you this question. Do you think that this whole investigation was a big deal?
I think that it was not handled properly, and I think they made it a way bigger deal than it absolutely is. So if you're a non like in the end of football and the understanding signs, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like federal investigation stuff. But you can enlighten us about sign stealing.
So here's the example I give. Dan Lanning could have gave SC every single sign on Saturday night. Every single one. And the outcome would have still been the same.
I knew you were about to say
Marcus Freeman could have gave USC every single sign when they played Notre Dame. And the outcome would have still been the same.
I won't disagree.
At the end of the day, what people forget, it's either people forget or people don't know that there's a bunch of film being watched. And you can see the signs on film. You could pick the signs off the film. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know every single play that they're going to run. You know when they're going to run it, how they're going to run it, where they're going to run it. All that is broken down in film. So you know it's coming. The players already know it's coming. It doesn't matter. Like, to me, it should have been like, you have the dude there. You know he's not supposed to be there. Shoot us 1.5 million and a fine. Don't do it again. That's all it should have been. It should have never, ever gotten this deep. And anybody who thinks that it should have gotten this deep is weird. It's a straight weirdo. It's not that big a deal. Like, the better team will still beat them. The better team will if the team is better, they'll still beat them even with their signs.
Agreed.
Right?
And I appreciated other coaches coming to the defense, like, shut up and play football. Like, shut up and play football. And I feel like the Purdue's, they were pretty vocal about it. Some of their opponents made it feel like, oh, the reason they beat us is because they had our signs. And
Purdue, the reason why they beat y'all is because they're 10 times better than you.
Bottom line. And I'm not even, I mean,
they beat Purdue 41-13.
Yeah.
The sign still had nothing to do with 41-13.
No, Purdue lost.
They beat Michigan State 40. They beat Michigan State 49-0. Sign still had nothing to do with that. They beat Indiana 52-7. Sign still had nothing to do with that. They beat Minnesota. They beat Minnesota 52-10. Sign still had nothing to do with that. Nebraska 45-7. Sign still had nothing to do with that. Rutgers 31-7. Nope. Sign still had nothing to do with that.
This strengthens the point that I talk about your boy Riley. Like, we have so many external factors that have nothing to do with football going on. Players talking about their coaches, players talking about this, players not happy with where they are, players. You got Michigan standing behind their coach. You got those players like ready to ride. You got that whole school ready to pull up out the Big Ten Conference just to make a point.
Pull out of the conference. Like, that's
pull out
insane,
the whole
right?
conference. So, and what's our coach doing in the presser?
Well, we play hard. We try. Our kids are playing their tails off. We're trying. We're still at the top of the best conference. We're still at the top of the best conference, you know, and you know, we just got to get better. No shit, bro. Like, we see it. Like, we see it.
But I feel like you can tell me the demeanor of Riley has not changed from beginning till now. There's nothing about him that's shifted. There's not an adjustment that's been made besides, you know, the firing of Grinch. But that was like, duh. So I just don't. That
was forced. To this day, I would believe that was forced. I do not think he would have kept him.
Riley would have probably was like, hey, you know, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to fight for you. And we're still going to be buddies after this.
Yeah, he would have kept him for sure. He would have kept him. Alex Grinch would have been the DC next year.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Like, and everybody will say, there is no way he would have kept him. He would have kept him. He would have kept him. Like, so, like.
Well, then the other part of that is Riley's personality. That's his scapegoat and the safety net, right? Why I put up all the points, it only makes his offense look spectacular when the defense averages 19.5 missed tackles a game.
So me and my buddy was talking about it today. They give up 4 touchdowns a game, and they give up 6.8 yards per carry.
Ouch! Could you imagine? Ouch! If I'm Reggie Bush, I want to play against that defense all day.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because, like, they're soft. That's the thing that's kind of killing me. Like,
because look at their.
Go ahead and say it. Look at their leader. Do you think he's soft?
He wore the visor. Like a 72-year-old man on the golf course.
Yeah, Kirby wears a visor too, though. Georgia's number one team in the nation.
He looks like he's in Georgia, Athens, Georgia. This is Los Angeles, California. Pete had Vidal Sassoon hair, okay?
Lane Kiffin wore a visor in LA.
Lane Kiffin has a whole nother swag.
All right. I'm just asking. I'm trying to figure out.
I'm not even, you know what? I don't want to even attack. I don't know him as a person. It's just the level of athlete that I like to think in my mind I still am. I have a lot of things that parallel in my life that were as an athlete, like the things I needed to pull out of me, the drive, the push, the connection. He doesn't have that. And I wouldn't say that I'm every one of those athletes, but those kids would have come to USC, that the true USC non-transfer portals would have came to USC if Lincoln Riley was not there. Agreed?
Well, we're starting to get kids now.
Zachariah Branch comes to USC if Lincoln Riley's not there. He does not go to Oklahoma if he does not go to Oklahoma.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. He still goes to SC regardless of
where
who's
kids
the head coach.
Kids go to Colorado because of the coach.
Not anymore. He's losing recruits. Your boy's struggling. A lot of people are starting to decommit.
I didn't read that.
I'm just saying. You haven't read it? They just lost the offensive lineman because of the score or whatever. I was like, damn, because of their record.
It's part of it.
I told you. I don't know why you didn't listen to me. Why didn't you listen to me? That they're not gonna win a bowl game. They're not gonna make a bowl game.
I agree. I didn't think. No, not this season.
They're gonna be the same next year too.
They're saying they're trying to pull him to Texas A&M.
You know who else they're trying to pull to Texas A&M? Dan Lanning.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that. Show that picture. They got his money for his buyout and what a check. Yeah. That's cold-blooded. You know who does that? Certain type of folks. Certain type of folks do that.
I'll pull it up for you. That was cold-blooded, yeah. At halftime, and everybody got their thumb up like this, like, we got it done, guys.
Oh, my gosh.
Look. We got it done. We took care of it.
Same homeboys oh, gosh. That gives me hope. That gives me hope.
So you want them gone.
Why not? Let me tell you something about USC. If I don't run fast, if I don't have the grades, how many people that I don't know about football, but if you don't perform, USC is not renewing your scholarship. It's not a 4-year deal.
It is now. It is now.
I'm saying as an athlete, yeah.
Yeah, it is now.
It is now.
Yeah.
But I was
back in the day. Though. You had to go see Monica. Hey, you got to go re-sign your scholarship. Like,
you got to go re-sign that boy. Go to finance. What?
You had to go see Monica. Monica's like, oh, here goes your scholarship papers. You had to go re-sign that scholarship. Yep. Every year. That's what people don't know.
So I'm not giving Riley unrealistic expectations. And the real of it, I'm not taking away from any coach. I'm not a football coach. I'm a performance coach. I'm an agility coach. I am a former track athlete. So I speak to that. But what I train to do is an elite skill. His coaching, you break it down on here, coach, far better than his whole than how much was the DC getting paid there?
Like 4.5 or some shit like that. And he's getting a $1.8 million buyout. I think. Let me look it up his buyout. I'll let you know.
And USC went like this. Here's your money. Have a nice day. But you need some too, Riley? We sneeze that money.
Yeah. So
the type of athlete I want to see out there making. What do I know? I only saw the greatest, in my opinion. Which, as Jamal reminds us, they're not even going to be alive.
They weren't alive when. Yep. Let me look up his bio. I'm looking up right now.
I mean, there's just no
Grinch has been the center skid of his defense, allowing 40 points in the last 5 games.
There's just no level of accountability. I feel like that about the NBA too. Like if you got a deduction every time you missed a free throw, you probably be in the gym all the time. So it's like when you're a professional athlete, you get deductions based off of your performances. Coaches don't get deductions. They either get to keep their job or they lose their job. There's no in between.
So you think we should just get rid of Lincoln Riley right now?
No, let him roll the season out. I just don't even see the level of connection to the. Tell me, am I missing? Are his players rocking with him, and I'm not seeing it?
I don't know. It's worse on the other side of town.
Is it?
It's worse on the other. Yeah.
I got some
other side of town.
I got some personal feelings about them too. Some real personal.
Oh,
feelings.
You do?
Oh yeah, your boy Chip.
Good or bad?
Chip Kelly all up in your face. Oh, never mind. I ain't even gonna say it.
All I know is that there's reports coming out that Chip is not getting along with the players, and Chip is on the hot seat.
Is that new? Have we heard of Deshaun Jackson, one of the greatest receivers ever, had a problem with him? His whole stint at the Eagles got rid of anyone that had any type of urbanness to him. Like, come on. This is not new. Didn't he?
Yeah, but UCLA is in a different situation now. UCLA is different from them when we came up. You know what I mean? Like UCLA has made a total commitment to becoming a basketball school. You know what I'm saying?
I thought they always were a basketball school.
Yeah, but they were good in football because of the hotbed of the California talent of kids who wanted to go to UCLA, right? Like Brian should have went to USC, but he decided to go to UCLA.
Yeah, he said Pete Carroll and them came to the house, Ken Norton, and he was just like, "Are committed to UCLA." I'll let him tell the story.
That was a mistake right there, sending Ken Norton to your house because Ken Norton ain't. You know what I mean? Like
it said T-Mac to your house, huh?
Yeah, you said T-Mac, you committed because T-Mac can relate. Ken Norton can't relate. Ken Norton grew up in Playa del Rey. T-Mac, T-Mac grew up in Camden, New Jersey. T-Mac can relate. You know what I'm saying? Like Ken Norton, people know who you are, bro. Like that. So here's like when we were kids, we knew who his dad was. Like we knew you grew up rich.
Oh.
So then when you try to come in and talk to us like you grew up poor, it's like, nah, bro. No, you didn't.
Yeah, you'll have to pick VP's brain about that. But my frustration with any of the coaches is the level of connection that I need you to have with these athletes. You're right. There are athletes that are still coming into college and they are first generation college students. Do you understand? Thank goodness for NIL because they can shoot their parents some bread without having a problem. So yeah, UCLA, you should be, because when I see Chip Kelly walking on the sideline with his stomach over his belt, he is not losing no sleep or no meal with anything that's going on over there.
I just want to let you guys know that Salute Your Choice brought to you by BetOnline. Go to betonline.ag. Get all your up-to-date minute sports, stats, lines, and odds.
Can I talk about AG1?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. We're in the middle of you. Don't cut off one.
My bad.
You're trying to pay the water bill with the light bill money. Hold on.
My bad.
Go to BetOnline, put in promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV. You receive a 50% bonus on your first deposit. That's betonline.ag, where the game starts. We'll talk about AG1 later. I'll let you talk about AG1. Don't forget the Stone fight on Pelel.
Oh, that looks good with your green screen. Do it again.
Yeah, look. I don't have to hide.
I look good.
You got to get you a green. Well, no, everybody loves the pastel.
They what? People in my DMs like, oh, that's so vintage. Oh, it's this. I'm like, okay.
We had a one of the comments said that somebody came at you and was like, I was the top 2 steeplechase runner at USC.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna find it for you and send it to you. So you got a little bit of competition. You got a little track athlete competition. I don't know what
steeplechase is a mental toughness, but the reality of it is people don't understand the race, so it's really hard to connect it. Like the steeplechase is insane. You're running like 3,000 miles, 3,000 meters, 10,000 meters. That don't mean nothing to anybody out here in these streets. They like, what? Most people understand the 800 and the mile. They don't even understand what I did.
All I'm saying is Ron Allen's kids are beefing on internet. We need to get Ron Allen in here and have him.
Yeah, Ron.
Get on Ron Allen. He was at homecoming.
He kept me around.
That's
I gave him his ulcer for sure.
What about Coach T?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't know about Coach T was low-key a gangster. I don't care what none of y'all say.
They ain't no low-key about it.
Wasn't she from Compton?
Yes.
Yeah, Coach T was a gangster.
Mm-hmm. She's a head coach at Cal State Los Angeles. She's been there
for real?
For like over 8 years at least, or maybe more.
Who is the track coach at USC now?
Quincy Watts, actually a Detroit native, but a USC great Olympian, 400 meter. We had Carol Gilbert, who was a UCLA Bruin, won the last couple national championships that brought into USC, and USC refused to match her money, and the SEC Georgia did. So her Georgia money is looking way long in Athens.
Man, the reason why UCLA wins track and field conference championships is because USC walks in there with 30 people. UCLA walks in there with 110.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to divide a tuition that's $15,000. You can't divide $75,000 tuition and say, "Hey, you want to be a walk-on?" Yeah, unless you're Clay Matthews.
You'll see a race, and it'll be 2 lanes USC, and the rest of the 6 will be UCLA. Like, they just trying to get the points. Like, this ain't true. It'll be first, second, first and second will be USC, and then all of a sudden you see the rest of the blue come in and be like, all right. Like, they just trying to get the points. And then the long distance races will be all blue. You'll be like, man, look at this. This is ridiculous.
Facts. Good point.
This is ridiculous. But anyway, let's go back to the point. Well, let's go back to our point of, well, you already covered it. So you're good with Jim. Like, you don't have no problem. You think he should stay in everything?
Jim.
Harbaugh.
Shit. Oh, yeah. He's a Michigan man. I hate that the others can't accept his brilliance and just let him do what he does. What he does for this community here, what he does for Ann Arbor, he is a Michigan man. So my grandpa, who's a 45-year ticket holder, he's like, hell, I'm ready to leave the Big Ten. Wherever Jim says we're going. He has his cool shirt. I'll have to show it to you next week. It's got Michigan on the front with the number 1 finger. So it's Michigan with the index and the eye. And on the back, you turn around, it's Ohio, and it's got the middle finger for their eye. I was like, can you just leave that for me in your will? That's the only thing I'm asking for. He's like, yeah. So anyways, I'll have to show you next week.
So what do you got against Chip?
I don't know. I just feel like, you know how when you go into a training room and you see a trainer and they just kind of like overweight and not taking care of themselves, and then they got the nerve to tell you how you're supposed to take care of yourself. When I see him, it definitely bothers me. When I met him toe to toe, there's a little bit of arrogance that bothered me. Oh yeah, he's really arrogant. He's an arrogant guy. They're all arrogant. I'm like, you got a UCLA great right here. And you act, okay, cool. Noted. That's what they say, Bruins for 4 years, Trojans for life.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't in the best shape in my life. If you saw me, like, what the fuck? Like, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but you're not. But I guess, you know what? If Jen called you and told you that you finna be out that sideline, you know what you're gonna be doing? You're gonna be hitting them 6 a.m. workouts like that entire coaching staff used to hit with y'all.
Watching, I'll still work out though. I would start working out.
That's what I'm saying. You know the level. You want to get out there with your guys. You want to be able to move with your guys. You want to be able. That's important, right? That's a level of respect that they give you. Actually, I plan on doing a 3-day cleanse at the start of New Year's. From the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I'm doing 3-day cleanse. What age you want? No age. It's a juice cleanse. It's a juice cleanse. But I will tell you this though, like, I was reading Coach T's bio. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, Coach T was a gangster. We know. Yeah, don't get on Coach T's bad side. But no, but you do have to
take care of yourself in that profession because it will kill you. Look at Mike Leach. You know what I mean? Like, like
right.
you have to take care. Yeah, you have to take care of yourself because it's a lot of stress. But me, I wouldn't stress. I'm like, man, I'm gonna do what the fuck I'm gonna do. Excuse my language. I got in trouble for cussing too in one of the comments. Somebody said they don't appreciate my cussing, and I told them I go stand in the corner for 10 minutes.
Well, I feel like they're giving the.
But for me,
have you coached high school sports before?
Yep.
So you understand the lack of resources, the the devalue of your time, the overwork of your time, and the thankless hours that go into it. So if you're paying me to be a college coach, I'm finna be in that boy with all the resources. I'm finna have yoga, wellness. I'm finna be out there like Wusan before. You got all types of resources. This ain't no shoestring budget. This ain't no NAIA school and thugging it out. This ain't Independence U. This is the University of Southern California. I was going to school. You were going to school with kids. Their parents was dropping 3 racks. Talk about allowance money. I'm like, it's Thanksgiving. What on earth would you need $3,000 for a 2-day week? What would you be? Not to mention, they just paid half your tuition for this. They just dropped $36,000. And you need, I'm over here at the truck trying to get the Lindell, trying to stretch that boy.
Give it to me on credit. I'll get you at the end of the month. All right. Hey, do you know they kicked that truck off? That they kicked the truck off campus?
No.
Yep, it's across.
So for you guys that don't know the truck, think of your favorite Mexican food truck that you go to. Breakfast burritos, lunchtime. Incredible. So the guys, and I say the guys, the football team will go and customize their burritos. And there had to be others, but I would always get the Lindell, which is probably why I put on a little extra pound. That boy had potatoes, cheese, crispy bacon.
It was a hash brown with sausage. It was a sandwich with hash brown, sausage, and egg, and I think bacon.
Bro, their potatoes smack though.
With grape jelly, yep. And you walk up to the
grape jelly.
Yeah, you walk up to the dude and you be like, "Hey, I don't got it right now." He's like, "Oh, it's good, it's good. I'll take care of you." He'll write your name down. He'll get you on credit, and then at the end of the month, when you go visit Monica, you run across the street to the Bank of America.
Yeah. Hey, I got USC Credit Union. Shout out USC Credit Union. I still have my USC Credit Union. I throw a little change in there once in a while. I like to flash my card.
You do B of A or USC Credit Union?
I use USC Credit Union, yep.
You go and be like, "Hey, man, I'm here to pay my debt off, and let me get one deal while you're at it."
Is B of A still there?
No, the B of A's gone. All that's gone.
Dang.
When's the last time you've been to campus?
I was there last year. I went to something. And they wouldn't let me through. They wouldn't let me through. Why was I there? Oh, we were there for the NFLPA Bowl. Brian coached, and I did some press work. So we went to USC UCLA basketball game where we ran into Taylor Mays.
So
it was kind of cool seeing two big guys like that.
So the UVs are gone. The UV's gone.
That's insane.
Superior's gone.
Yeah, I went as far as like the Target, but I didn't go to like McClintock entrance. I came to the back.
It's Target. The Superior's gone. The Denny's is gone. It's all gone. It's not the same.
Wow.
They got Target in there. Trader Joe's, Starbucks. It's a unique university now. There's no more grind. There's no more grind to it.
So
I get it though. I will say this. Just hear me out. It's not the same anymore for us as it was for us. Like for us, it's like we don't need it anyway. I never had it. We don't need it. I'm still better than you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not the same thing now because when you go and visit all these other schools, they have all this stuff.
They always had though. Like Oregon always had.
Right. and like Clemson always had and Alabama always had. Like they always had. So now that recruiting is a national thing, you got to keep up because it's like, why would I come here? Like there's way more stuff.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? And so
I do like that the campus feels more, even though you're in LA, it has more college campus feel. Like you could never, when you stepped off of USC, you was in the streets.
Correct.
And now you can navigate a little bit better. The university is doing a better job about buying up stuff. So no,
you remember the Jefferson and McClintock where like you used to jaywalk and they'll give you a ticket?
Yeah. Oh, they have the X now.
They have the X now, so you can't get a ticket for jaywalking anymore. And I think where the fountain is down Jefferson, I think they cut the middle out. They cut the middle. I think, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But they cut the middle out so you could walk across the street right there. But it's not fun.
I got a jaywalking ticket, $117, and that was like 20 years ago. $117. What the hell?
I got a jaywalking ticket too, but I didn't give him my real name.
Oh yeah, I'm from the Midwest.
I'm like, I shot the name out there, and he didn't ask to see my ID. I said, "Oh yeah, for sure."
That's a good one.
I was like, yeah, because we were late for Salute to Troy, and we had to go in and grip pants, so we just ran, and they got us. And I'm like, I threw a name out there, and the dumbass cop, like, why didn't he be like, hold on, you guys play football? Why didn't you pull the roster up right then and there? Like, we had internet on our phones back then. Like you were able to like research everything. All right, I'm gonna throw this name out. Here you go. And you took it. I'm out of here. That's wasted paperwork.
Facts. I mean, the overall, this is it. I appreciate the evolution. I appreciate the growth. Everything. That's what you guys built. That's what those Rose Bowls did. That's what those national championships, that's what it did. You know what I mean? So I'm not even, no, they deserve, but that's part of what USC is that, and we talked a little bit about it with the recruiting, like a true USC athlete from the raw versus one that comes from Louisville versus one that comes from A&M versus one that comes from Georgia. No knock on you at all. But either you didn't have interest in being a Trojan or they had no interest in having you as a Trojan. So the idea of the jump on the bandwagon, like, I feel like I need some true USC blood, some originals.
Yeah, we're starting to get it, though.
That's what you said.
We're started, but it's like 2026. That's a long way out, but still. Don't hurt, right? We got to start somewhere.
I think,
yeah.
I mean.
You want to tell people about your favorite supplement?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about AG1 greens. Look, I'm not even hold you up. $100 is tough. It's way tough. But just like your boy coach said, bet online, bet on yourself. When I tell you you're going to buy less groceries, you're going to be less hungry in the most healthiest way. When I tell you your sweet tooth will be gone, when I don't drink alcohol, but it might knock that out for you. You will eat less and gain more value for your body. And I have not been sick this entire winter season. So AG1 greens, and I'm not telling you as a professional athlete. I'm telling you as a woman who coaches. I'm telling you as a woman who is a mother. I'm telling you as someone who is an athlete. I'm telling you as someone that coaches simultaneously 2 sports at one time. And my bag is getting low. I got to re-up soon. So I'm only using it on weightlifting days and game days. So AG1 greens makes me feel great. It makes me look great. It makes my belly nice and flat, takes away any bloatedness, and it's the best way to start your day. I will challenge you. Invest in yourself, especially all y'all sitting in LA traffic on some real stuff. Y'all sitting in LA traffic. So AG1 is really all you need. Liquid. Boom. Get that AG1 greens. Cut that grocery bill. Save that deductible for the insurance.
And you can get it from drinkag1.com/salute to Troy. And we'll give you a free year supply of immunity support vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. You went through all your travel packs already too?
I took them to Greece with me.
Oh, that's right.
And then I found the other pack, but I'm not even going to hold you up. Like, I wish I would have had something like that 10 years ago.
I don't. I'm joking. I do. It's really good. It's simple. You put in your 12 ounces of water, you shake it up, drink it, go on your way.
It's simple. On some real, like, just be 100. I'm not a Starbuckser, but people will drop $100 to a company that cares nothing about you and barely gives their part-time workers health insurance. You're not willing to give AG1 $100, but you give it to Starbucks, right? Let's be real. We know that's not good for you.
Are we gonna get on that? We can't get on that subject right now. We're gonna lose subscribers.
What?
We're not gonna talk about that subject right now.
Okay.
Because you remember we talked about it with the hotel. We had the whole conversation about the hotel.
Okay.
You have your opinion. I have my opinion.
Insides to be good because it looks like we got to hold on tight till 2026 to see some things happening. So I need your insides good. I need your mind right, and I need you feeling good about, hey, we might have to wait this out a little bit.
We can turn the corner, man. We'll turn the corner. We'll be good.
Ship?
I don't know how we'll right the ship. We'll find out pretty soon here with a defensive coordinator hire. Hopefully, right the ship.
Is there any buzz out there?
Yeah, Jim Leonard, Manny Diaz actually has a lot of buzz too. So
okay,
there's some buzz.
Coach Rowe in the mix.
Nah, they don't want me because I ain't gonna. I'm like Lincoln, bro. Slow the ball down. Like, goddamn, like slow it down. Like, give us a chance. You know what I mean? Either that or give me more recruits. Like, we need some depth. So neither here nor there. Well, Candace, it's been real. We gave people 41 minutes of our time, and we know your time is valuable. This is Queen of LAFB. This week is the Victory Bell Show. We'll record it on Wednesday. It should be out Thursday. And then we'll record on Thursday. We'll have a special guest from the other side of town on Thursday if he's available. Can you find out if he's available?
Oh, I booked him already.
You booked? Oh yeah, you could get him there, huh?
A little bit.
You have the influence. So if we get all that done, it's an exciting week. We take on the Bruins. What's
the feel out there? It used to be like real. It could go anyway. Like, what's the feel?
The feel is so weird because there's so much going on at UCLA and there's so much going on at SC. People are just like, how is this game going to go? You know what I mean? Like, there's like, UCLA is not in a good place either. Put it like that. If you think SC's in a bad place,
UCLA is rough.
UCLA is in a worse place.
I can't say I feel bad for him, and not that I would either, but I offered him a real nice, reasonable, affordable defensive coach for them, and they weren't interested. So,
yeah, UCLA's in a bad place, but I know you don't like him, but I still feel like Chip is the best guy for the job because of the situation that they're in, and they're trying to fire Chip right now. They're trying to fire him.
Keep Chip. We'll keep Lincoln, and we'll be Misery Loves company.
We'll talk about that on Wednesday, why they should keep Chip. No, seriously. Because even the Bruin Bible guys, Jamal and Will, are talking about like, no, Chip needs to go. And we'll talk about it on Wednesday. And when I break it down and explain it, you'll be like, dang, they should keep
Chip Kelly at UCLA is like Brian at LSU.
No.
Oh.
You want me to get into it a little bit right now?
No, save it. I want a cliffhanger.
All right. Then you hang off that cliff. It's Chip is the best for him. There's a lot of things.
Of course, you're going to say that because you want him to do great. So our USC Trojans
they'll never be great.
Okay.
They'll never be great. They'll always be average to above
little brother.
Average. Yep. And that's because of administration.
And until the 18 years when Bruin Price rolls himself to Los Angeles, we'll see what USC and UCLA talking about.
He won't go to UCLA.
Unless he plays basketball.
There you go. And that's kind of one of the issues. That's kind of one of the issues that they have. It's one of the issues that they're having.
That's too bad.
It is. I
mean, that football facility, their football facility, that boy lit. Wait
until you see USC's new one.
I have.
No. There's another one coming. There's another one.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Last time I was there, I saw some plans.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. The tennis.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do like the whole Howard Jones.
Yeah, they're doing all that. Where the tennis courts, where the tennis courts are. They're moving the tennis courts over, and taking that. They're moving the tennis courts to where the parking lot is, because you know how the tennis courts are directly behind Howard Jones,
right?
So they're moving the tennis courts over, right? And then that parking lot. No, the parking lot's directly behind Howard Jones, right?
The parking lot was to the left of Howard Jones. Now that's wasn't it?
Whatever's behind Howard Jones.
That's the baseball field.
No. Going down McClintock. And when you keep going down the street.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Going to what's that?
The International Dining Hall?
Nope, the genealogy building. That's
the
DPS. You know, if you go towards DPS.
Yeah. Is that still there?
I don't know. I haven't but the parking structure's still there, but whatever's across the street from the parking structure, which I thought was the tennis courts.
No, there's a parking lot, but
the parking lot.
Yeah.
The parking lot's gone. That's going to be all facility.
Oh, so football will just have their whole. Okay, I remember we talked about that. Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be athletics.
Well, because I know at UCLA, what I did like, which is rare, but I liked how all of the fields were facing, like the coaches' offices were looking out towards the fields. The meeting rooms looked out towards the fields.
Yeah, this one's going to be like going to have like a patio.
Oh, that's what UCLA does. They have a patio with a terrace and some.
Yeah, this one's going to be.
If UCLA has it, then USC's finna bling that boy out.
Yeah, it's going to be that whole parking lot's going to be all facility.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah, and then they're redoing the baseball field, redoing the tennis court. But Looker just got a remodel, so Looker is getting left out.
Yeah, Allison Felix Field.
Yeah, but they redid the locker rooms recently.
Yeah, I saw on a photo, which I'm all about. That's why I just want to deserve. Like, you're right. This generation, it is different, and I get it. But there are some still that have this mindset. There are coaches out there like me that are training their kids like the coaches that were the last of the dying breed. So I'm not off the wall wacky to think that kids got to have some sense of loyalty, some sense of die hard. That still exists.
Yeah, but they all want what the next school has.
That's true. You know what? I don't even want to talk about Michigan, but they put it out there. Harbaugh's got this big old banner. Those that stay will be champions. And they've been blasting that all over.
It's probably going crazy in Ann Arbor right now, right?
You got it don't matter, white, old, young, yellow, dreads, barefoot. They are riding for this man. And they said Washtenaw County, which would be like Los Angeles County. I live in that county. About 2 miles down the street. They on their way to pick it to that courthouse to get this hearing for this man.
I'm about to say, did they get the temporary restraining order?
Not yet. But this is insane. Like, bro, let the man be. He ain't giving him PEDs.
So it's only regular season too, so he could coach in the Big Ten championship and the playoffs. So
I kind of feel like that was
but it wasn't a slap on the wrist; it was a slap in the face. You know what I mean?
It was like a gut sucker.
Yeah, because they gave the ruling while he was on the plane going to Penn State. I'm like, that's so cheap.
And not to mention, your courts are closed.
Yep,
because it's a holiday. So cool, let him have it. I like Harbaugh. I think he's a good man. I think he's good for the game. He is good for athletes. He is one of the good ones. And you got to keep him around, because if they're not coming to us and they're going to other schools, I still want kids to have great experiences. So that's all.
I think one day I'm just going to wear all green, like a green face thing and everything, so it could just be headphones. It's like, because when I put the field up, like the field disappeared. So that was I just thought about that right now. It blended in with their style. I'll be like, the field would just be talking. I think that would be pretty cool. All right, Candace, I'll let you get some rest. It's East Coast time. Thank you guys for joining us. We're moving on to the Bruins. We're going to keep the bell. See if we can keep the bell. We'll talk about it. Look out for the Victory Bell show and look out for the pregame. You guys know how it goes. Live free, fight on.